The air crackled with anticipation. Thousands of Trump supporters had gathered. Flags waved, chants echoed. Then, the unthinkable. Gunfire. Screams pierced the air. Panic seized the crowd as people scrambled for safety. A day meant for politics had become a scene of terror.
The world watched in disbelief as news of the attack spread like wildfire. The rally, meant to be a show of strength for the former president, had been shattered by violence. The images were stark, fear etched on the faces of supporters, first responders rushing towards the unknown.
Amid the chaos, one chilling fact emerged. Donald Trump, the 45th President of the United States, had been targeted in an assassination attempt.
The news ricocheted across the nation, leaving a collective gasp in its wake. From bustling cities to quiet towns, Americans struggled to comprehend the gravity of what had transpired. The political divide, already a chasm in the national fabric, seemed to widen before their eyes.
Social media erupted with a torrent of reactions: fear, anger, disbelief. Political commentators, normally quick with opinions, seemed to struggle for words. The attack on a former president, a symbol of the nation itself, struck at the very heart of American democracy.
The nation held its breath, united in shock, as it awaited further news. The question on everyone's mind: would this mark a turning point in American political discourse? Whisked away by Secret Service agents, Trump was hurried to safety. The bullet, it was later revealed, had grazed his ear, a chillingly close call. His voice, normally booming with confidence, was subdued as he addressed the nation hours later.
He spoke of the attack, his words measured, his demeanor grave. He thanked the Secret Service for their swift action, their bravery evident in the face of danger. He expressed concern for those injured, their lives forever marked by this horrific event.
But amidst the shock and the pain, there was defiance in his eyes. He vowed that he would not be silenced, that this attack would not deter him from his mission. The fight, he declared, would continue.
From the Oval Office, President Joe Biden addressed the nation. His voice, usually imbued with a sense of optimism, was heavy with sorrow. He condemned the attack, calling it an assault on democracy itself. The violence, he declared, had to stop.
He called for unity, urging Americans to reject the poison of division and hatred. He spoke of the need for healing, for coming together as one nation. The attack, he emphasized, was not a reflection of who Americans were, but a stark reminder of the dangers of unchecked anger and extremism.
His words, though measured and presidential, carried a sense of urgency. The nation, he seemed to be saying, was at a crossroads.
Section 5, Echoes of Violence. The attempted assassination of Donald Trump sent shockwaves through the world. World leaders, many of whom had experienced their own share of political turmoil, expressed their condemnation and solidarity. The attack, they acknowledged, was not just an American tragedy, but a threat to democracy everywhere.
The incident served as a stark reminder of the fragility of peace and the ever-present danger of political violence. It evoked memories of past assassinations, of leaders struck down in their prime, of dreams shattered by bullets. The world watched, holding its breath, wondering if America could heal its divisions and find a path back from the brink. The attack on Trump, a polarizing figure on the world stage, transcended political differences. It was a stark reminder that violence in any form could never be the answer.
Section 6. The Shooter, a shadow emerges. As investigators delved into the background of the shooter, a picture began to emerge, a troubled individual consumed by anger and radicalized online. The internet, once hailed as a tool for connection, had become a breeding ground for extremism, a dark underbelly where hate festered and violence found fertile ground.
The shooter, it seemed, was not a lone wolf, but part of a growing trend of individuals radicalized by online echo chambers, their minds warped by misinformation and hate. They saw the world in black and white, their views fueled by a toxic mix of conspiracy theories and resentment. The attack on Trump, though shocking in its audacity, highlighted the very real danger posed by online extremism. It served as a wake-up call to the need for greater vigilance, for addressing the root causes of hate before it metastasized into violence.
Section 7, A Family in Fear. Behind the scenes, the Trump family grappled with the aftermath of the attack. Melania Trump, usually stoic and reserved, was visibly shaken. Her children, accustomed to the privileges and protections of their last name, were forced to confront the fragility of life, the ever-present threat of violence that lurked in the shadows.
The attack had pierced the bubble of their world, shattering the illusion of invincibility. It had forced them to confront the dark side of their father's fame, the hatred that festered in the hearts of some, the lengths to which people would go to silence a voice they despised. In the aftermath of the shooting, the Trump family found themselves bound together by fear and uncertainty. The attack had not just targeted a former president, but a husband, a father, a grandfather. It was a stark reminder that even the most powerful were not immune to the vagaries of fate.
Section 8. The campaign trail goes silent. The political arena, usually abuzz with activity, fell eerily silent. Campaign rallies were postponed, political ads pulled from the airwaves. The nation, still reeling from the shock of the attack, seemed to collectively catch its breath.
The attack on Trump had cast a long shadow, forcing a reassessment of the political landscape. Security concerns, always paramount, were now amplified. The rhetoric, already heated, seemed poised to reach a boiling point. The future of the upcoming election, once a foregone conclusion, was now uncertain. The attack on Trump had injected a new element of volatility into the race, leaving both parties grappling with the implications.
Section 9. The world reacts. From the halls of power to the streets of distant cities, the world reacted with a mixture of shock and condemnation. Leaders issued statements of support, while ordinary citizens expressed their solidarity with the American people.
The attack on Trump, a polarizing figure on the world stage, transcended political differences, serving as a stark reminder of the global reach of extremism and the fragility of peace. Newspapers around the world splashed the story across their front pages, analyzing the implications for American democracy and the global fight against terrorism. Social media platforms lit up with messages of support and prayers for the injured, while also becoming battlegrounds for debates about gun control, political rhetoric, and the state of American society.
The attack on Trump, while undeniably an American tragedy, resonated far beyond the borders of the United States, serving as a sobering reminder of the interconnectedness of the world and the shared responsibility to confront extremism in all its forms. Section 10. The road ahead, justice and security. In the wake of the attack, the nation grappled with questions of justice and security. The investigation into the shooter's motives and potential accomplices was swift and thorough, a testament to the determination to bring those responsible to justice.
Security measures at political events were immediately heightened, with calls for even stricter protocols to protect public figures from future threats. The attack on Trump sparked a national conversation about the balance between free speech and the need to prevent incitement to violence. Social media companies faced renewed scrutiny over their role in amplifying extremist content, with calls for greater accountability and transparency.
The road ahead promised to be long and arduous, requiring a collective effort to address the root causes of extremism, while also strengthening the institutions and safeguards designed to protect democracy. The attack on Trump, while a tragedy, served as a stark reminder of the importance of vigilance and the need to safeguard the values that underpin a free and open society. Section 11. A nation divided, healing the wounds. The attempted assassination of Donald Trump laid bare the deep divisions that plagued American society. The political climate, already polarized, seemed to crack further, with accusations and recriminations flying from all sides. The attack served as a stark reminder of the fragility of unity and the urgent need for healing.
In the aftermath of the shooting, there were calls for calm and reflection, for a rejection of the politics of anger and division. Leaders from across the political spectrum emphasized the need for dialogue and understanding, for a return to civility and respect in public discourse.
The road to healing would be long and arduous, requiring empathy, compassion, and a willingness to listen to opposing viewpoints. The attack on Trump, while a tragedy, presented an opportunity for introspection and a chance to bridge the divides that threatened to tear the nation apart. The question remained: would America seize this opportunity to heal its wounds and emerge stronger from the ashes of division?